Hey, welcome to ESPC24. I've got my Gilles Pommier with me here from France. Gilles, why don't you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, so I'm Gilles Pommier. I'm a French MVP. I'm living in the south of France. I'm MVP since 11 years now, and I'm a business application MVP. So my topics is a Power Platform.
Good, good. Well, you're long-time MVP, right? Like you
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah.
So that's dedication.
First, I was MVP in Office 365, and after that, MVP on business application.
You decided to go to the Power Platform route, right? That's good. Well, some of us are still M365 MVPs. But yeah, share me some of your highlights about the ESPC24 conference here.
Okay, so this is a huge conference with huge topics. This is interesting because there is a lot of people that are coming, and the sessions are very exceptional in terms of content and in terms of highlights of all the Microsoft products. So it is a very, very interesting conference.
Yeah, it's very comprehensive. It's what I normally find is that when I come to these conferences, and I've been here like 4 times now, it's always a different vibes to it, right?
Yeah, sure.
And although it's a different location every time.
Yeah, but there is always the same spirit community, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why it's interesting to be involved in this conference. So for me also, I think it's the 3rd or 4th time, but I really enjoy this conference.
Good,
I love this conference.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're having a great time. I guess, if we start talking about things like, the biggest trends around at the moment is obviously AI, right? In every way possible. From a Power Platform perspective, what are your insights? What are you seeing in terms of the AI side of things?
Oh yeah, that's an interesting question. So as I've been at Ignite 10 days ago, I've seen also a lot of things at Ignite, but I think the most interesting thing that I've seen is the Plant Designer. That is a new feature that we have in Power Apps. So in terms of AI, I think this is interesting because with the Plant Designer, of course it's in a preview for the moment, but with the Plant Designer, it's possible to, with only for the citizen, with a prompt, to create the data model, the database, then create the application, then create also the back office with the model driven, and also flows for validation if needed. So this is a full complete solution with the Plant Designer that is possible to be used by the citizen developer. So as a pro developer like me, I think this is something interesting because it's involved the citizen developer to go further, deeper in what they want to create. And after that, the pro developer like me will help them to put the security in place or to put the best practices in place, but that's really interesting.
That's really good. I was just thinking while you were just saying that, right? To use the analogy, right? Being done in France, it's like a high speed, the TGV trains, right? So this is where you kind of have that speed of development, right?
Yeah, sure.
Using the power of AI to build the solutions so quick and fast, right?
And as I am a pro developer, I would say in the Power Platform, I'm doing a lot of Power Pages.
Right.
So in Power Pages, you have Visual Studio Code Online, and you have the Copilot that is inside. And with Visual Studio Code Online and Copilot, you can produce server code, JavaScript, everything that you need. And I use it every day as a developer.
Awesome.
And honestly, it helps me a lot because I would say I'm more productive because I don't have to search for JavaScript or anything. And as I'm I'm a good developer, so my lazy developer,
of course,
don't I just ask Copilot to help me to create functions, simple function, and things like that, and then I just cut and paste, and that's working.
Brilliant,
so
that's great. I hope that you take some of those things what Gilles is talking about here and put that into your kind of everyday use, and that really kind of is, and that's really envy that in terms of your day-to-day productivity, right? I guess there is of course lots to cover, and we simply just can't do that in this particular times that we are in, right? But if we just start to shift the gears a little bit around from a community perspective, like you mentioned, you've been in the community for a long time, right? For folks out there who are trying to sort of start into working with these tools and the AI capabilities, certainly in the Power Platform side of things, what would be your advice, or for somebody starting new in this world of the work to build the solutions, I guess?
Okay, I think for something that starts with all of this, the main thing that a person has to focus is how to build Copilot agent.
Okay.
Honestly, the Copilot agent is something that is very powerful because I would say it gives power to the users or the citizens to create their own agent, but as a developer perspective, we need to understand how it works, how to implement, how to help them, and everything. So I think the agents are the step that and I need to learn also, because I'm not an expert for the moment, but for someone new, I think this is the topic that he has to learn.
Copilot agents is the place to start, really, and then work your way from there. So in a way, we're turning the tables a little bit here, because usually, I mean, it helps to know a bit about Power Platform as a kind of the ecosystem of services. But then what you're saying is that if you start with Copilot agents, then even if you don't know a lot about Power Platform, you can start to pick things up and obviously learn along the way, and hopefully build a solution that's workable, right?
And there is an integration with Copilot agent in the Power Platform tools and all development.
Right.
So even for someone new to Power Platform, he has to learn how it works, the Copilot agent, because he will use it in the Power Platform. So this is a very interesting topic.
Awesome. No, that's a great advice. And I guess, for anyone out there, who wants to be able to share, because I think the real power comes from your day-to-day work that you do in your business, I guess, how you go about using the solution. So if you have a story to share, or you want to be part of the ESPC24, I'm sure the speaker call will open up sometime next year. By all means, submit your sessions, and who knows, we might see you here next year, right? If your session gets selected, of course. So yeah, absolutely. I think that really helps from that point of view. I guess just on the final part here is just going things, because obviously the speed of the AI developments, not just in a Power Platform, but also in M365 and the general landscape, right? It's at the sheer pace of it, right? How do you keep up with all the learnings and keeping up to date with all the information? And do you use any specific resources or any community resource? What kind of things do you do?
For the moment, there are one of my customers who is doing a lot with everything with AI and Copilot and everything. So I'm learning a lot with them, because there is a huge community for these customers, and there is a lot of interaction between all the users, and I think this is the most interesting things to how to learn this, and how to really understand, because if you see tutorials and things like that, okay, you understand, that's perfect, but with community, then you understand real use cases, and then you can understand why we use Copilot, how to use Copilot, how to use all those things, all those new things, because this is really something even new for me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, for me too, right?
Yeah, and I learn every day on that.
Right.
But I think the community with a lot of people that are sharing information is the best way to learn how it works and to learn what's new and everything.
Great. Well, I mean, there you have it, right? So, listen, thank you, Gilles, for giving up your time to be here, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the conference.
Yeah, sure.
And you got your session, in fact, today, right?
I have a session today.
Yeah. Do you want to just quickly just add that bit here, if you can, please?
So I have a session today, this afternoon, on Power Pages.
Right.
I have a co-speaker, Fuzia, and we'll show together some best practices that we are using on our everyday projects with Power Pages, and the goal is more to give what we think are the best way to use Power Pages, how to develop, because there are a lot of things to understand, and with the server side, client side, and things like that. So we'll show a lot of tips this afternoon about all you need to know about Power Pages.
That sounds very interesting. I love the best practices.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Well, I hope it goes well and enjoy the conference.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.